As you probably are aware reading the title, after the original Peter Cullen had passed away at the age 88 years old, who is no longer with us. And the suit type thing that happened like a month or so ago, and that's kind of how, how I was about that type of thing. But today, normally, it's been rough. Really rough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've been upset all day, and it's been a rotten day on my end. And yeah, I cried over it because you may wonder why cry over someone you don't know. To be brutally honest, I have really not known him, but it feels like I have because of his work. Because if anything, I have grew up with him since 2007 Bayfirst movies. That's how I was introduced to Peter Cullen, and then I've been familiar with him since then, and it's been one of those times where I grew up with him. And I heard about his story about his brother, how he reminded me of my own brother, or, and all that. It's just, and the saddest part was I always wanted to meet the legend himself. How he inspired me to be gentle, even though you can tell how much of a person I am, but I always tried to be a good person at the end of the day. But it just, yeah, I cried. I'm still kind of teary eyed, to be honest. And look, I'm not much of a talker about these types of things, and you could hear a cat going on in the background. That's another cat. It just, it, I can't really find a word for this other than I am so tired, and it's been a rotten day for every person here, like Transformers fan, and I am a Transformers fan. And you know I've been vocal on how much I've been, and I love Transformers fans, especially how Optimus Prime is been to me, and he's like, and Optimus Prime has always been my favorite character in the whole franchise because how much he reminds me of my old father, and he still is. And today it's been, I don't have much words. I knew the time would come someday that I knew it was going to happen someday. It's just I didn't expect it to be this soon. You think you would be prepared for something like this, but you really not. You, you, You really think it will just when it happens, you will be prepared, but you really don't. But in truth, you don't. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. It's just I'm thinking about it now, on top of my head. It's just I don't want. I didn't come on this stream with the script. I came on here just being upfront. And how hurt I am, how upsetting it is, knowing how at the end of the day we lost a legend. And look, I understand there'll always be people who will voice this character, but there's no one going to be voicing the character like Pierre Collins did. He was the first, and he still should be the original Optimus Prime, and he should be Optimus Prime. Same with Frank Welker's Megatron or something like that, but now that we lost Pierre Collins, it feels sad that we lost the true blue good person. I don't really have much to say other than I guess I don't know. And life's just sad, I guess. I don't really know. If you wonder what I'm doing now, I'm sitting here debating if I should just continue the stream or just. But at the end of the day, I'm just. I, it just feels like we lost a good person, a good role model. And it sucks. It really does. I mean, we'll never have anyone like him ever again, and that's just, it's God honest truth. Look, I'm sorry that it's all sad news and all this stuff. I need to let this stuff out here because if I don't, then maybe I'll be healing. But at the end of the day, it will eat me up. But I want to go out with the story, you know? The reason why I love the Transformer because it was something that I enjoyed, and I always talked to my mom about this. And every time I had a chance, I talked to my mom about this. If you're wondering why I bring up my mom, because she was the person who listened to me about this. And my mother passed away 5 years ago, back in 2001, 2021, and she would be the one who listened to me about this. And she was the person who only listened to me because Billy hated Transformers. Dad didn't give two rats ass about it. They still don't. But she always listened to me. Yes, she didn't like Transformers either, but she always listened to me about it. But at the end of the day, she always listened to me, and it was comforting to know someone in the household listened to me. I actually felt like I actually had a fellow Transformers fan. When she died, I felt like the only let her I had was Optimus Prime because Yeah, it's silly. Don't get me wrong. It's just at the end of, but the reason why I say that because we both had the shit. Because again, Transformers. But at the end, it's just once him gone, it feels like I don't really have much going. I'm not talking stupid. It just feels more hollow on Earth now. It's been a rotten week for everybody. For horror, Tim Curry, Dolly Parton, Katie Holly, who died at 18 years old. That is a tragedy and something like that. And even Sam Neill, also a fucking legend, who died this month. It's been rough. But it's just been rough for everyone on this planet. It just feels like we've been robbed. And I hate the fact we lost. We lost so many good people, and just a star who gave so much, a star who's yet to be born, a person who poured our heart and soul on stage, someone who scared the absolute hell out of us as kids, and who also was like a father figure in the Wild Thornberries, and ironic enough, and then someone who taught us to be strong enough to be gentle, and just this is a sad day indeed. It really is. I honestly don't know what to say anymore, other than the fact that he won't be forgotten. And at the end of the day, I'm just glad we had a legend like him.